Alright, so here we go. We got some really great news. And no, I did not just save a bunch of money on my car insurance. Ron Paul now leads in Iowa, December 18th, 2011, public policy piss polling. That's a joke. I used to call them that when they wouldn't include Ron Paul in their results, but now they're including Ron in their results, so I'm not going to do that anymore. So, what we have here is Newt Gingrich's campaign is rapidly imploding, and Ron Paul has now taken the lead in Iowa. Ron is now at 23%, while Mitt Romney is at 20%, and Gingrich is now down to 14%. The two warmongers, Bachman and Santorum, are each have 10%, with Rick Perry down to 4 fucking percent. Fail. So it looks to me like we're looking at, here's the thing, it's kind of funny if you look at this. Michelle Bachman and Rick Santorum are really hurting each other, I think. And you could probably throw in Rick Perry in there. In other words, if you were to put these two together, you know, you've got 24%, which is fine with me. So I don't want to get too much into the weeds on this. Oh look, Ron Paul. Actually, Paul got $4 million on his money bond. They did get it over $4 million. In fact, if I pull it up here, it's actually pulling in a little more. 4,019,000. So it's still going, doing a really good job. Now there's another poll here I wanted to point out. This one here, again, this was in Iowa, so this is brand new, hot off the presses. After, I don't know when exactly they did the polling, I'd have to look that up, but it was probably done yesterday. Let's see here. Well, I don't know, I'm not going to be able to find it. There were some things I found really fascinating. Let me zoom in here. Here's what I like. Do you have a favorable or unfavorable opinion of Ron Paul? Favorable 54% to unfavorable 38%. That is absolutely huge. Because look, everyone talks about how electable Mitt Romney is and how he's not crazy. Well, his unfavorable is higher than Paul's. And Gingrich's unfavorable is higher than his favorable. Now, it's 47-46. Also, and this is extremely important, which of the following things is most important to you when deciding how to vote? Number 1, government spending and reducing the debt. Who's better than that than anyone besides Paul? Jobs and the economy. Again, who can beat him on that except maybe Romney? And even then, it's just bullshit. It's just, oh, I worked in the private sector. Oh, who cares? I've worked in the private sector. Fuck you. Social what? Engineering with Gingrich? Social issues, 11%. Some reason, 9% think not being sure is the most important issue. That was a good one. Foreign policy, national security is way down to 5%. So it's not even really all that important. People make such a big fucking deal about it, but what matters to people is our future and financial security. And Ron is making the case that, you know, we need to stop intervening abroad in order to secure our future financially. So I think he's converting some people. So now we're going to go to another poll, another newish one. This one's, I think, from the 16th, no, 14th. So it was last Thursday. It was before the debate last Friday, and it was also before Ron went on Leno, and then also before the money bomb this weekend. So that kind of helps. I think it'll even go any higher. But even with that, Paul is now at 21% in New Hampshire, which puts him at second behind Romney at 35%. Gingrich has now dropped to 16%. This is a huge shift, because if you look here, Ron Paul was here at 12% just a month ago, and now he's at 21%. Mitt Romney went up a couple of percentage points while Gingrich completely collapsed. So this is really good news across the board. Again, Paul with independents is at 30%, which independents make up 40%. And then Romney's at 22%, but he gets more Republican. So talk about a dichotomy. Now this number here. This is the 40%. How much was in the poll? So, you know, if there are more independents in New Hampshire than Republicans, I don't really know what the numbers are. But that should be it. But you know, Tea Partiers are, you know, kind of the same. Really, I don't think it matters. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have time for. Bottom line is we've got some good news here. Public policy is showing that Ron Paul is gaining traction in Iowa, and then the other one in New Hampshire. See ya.